Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the United Community Channel. And we're back with another video in what is a crunch day for Manchester United in relation to keeping Cristiano Ronaldo for at least one more season. So, reports have suggested today, well, they haven't suggested anything, they've showed us today that Cristiano Ronaldo is back in Manchester and that he is in Carrington and he is potentially going to even train with Manchester United today. However, the main reason he's back at Carrington today is to hold crunch talks with Erik ten Hag in relation to his future. So let's go across and have a look. So we've seen, obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo arriving today. He is accompanied by his agent George Mendes, which obviously straight away suggests that these crunch talks are going to take place today. So it's pretty obvious that this is going to happen. What way it's going to happen, we don't know. What kind of conversation they're going to have, what points Cristiano Ronaldo is going to want to make. Is he maybe softening his stance on the fact that he wants to leave, or is he, going to be adamant, put his foot down and say, no, I do want to leave? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Here's obviously Ten Hag arriving this morning, but I think Manchester United could potentially fear that he's going to stick to his guns. He's going to say he wants to leave. We just don't know. But I think Manchester United have they've pulled all the stops, I think, today. We've had a number of different people arriving. Sir Alex Ferguson has arrived in Carrington today as well. You would, I suppose, first thing you would think of is that he's there obviously as part of this negotiation with Cristiano Ronaldo in relation to getting him to stay. What do I think of this? I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to put into context, really. But if you're needing Sir Alex Ferguson to come back to convince a player to stay, is it worth keeping him? I don't know what real input Sir Alex Ferguson should really be having at this point. Obviously, he has a very, very good relationship with Cristiano Ronaldo, and obviously the board and the club in general are looking to pull out all the stops to keep him. They don't want to sell him, and I think in relation to these pictures, I think it basically shows that that Manchester United are trying everything they can to keep him. So it's interesting. There's even been reports today that Brian Robson is also at Carrington today. Now, look, I would be very surprised if that has anything to do with Cristiano Ronaldo staying. He could be there he does a lot of MUTV work as well and things like that, and he has been doing so in relation to pre-season. So I don't really know what what that really has to do with anything. But look, I mean, United do seem to be pulling out all the stops in relation to trying to keep Cristiano Ronaldo. He is there with his agent, like we said. So, this is the first time that Ronaldo and Ten Hag are going to meet face to face, of course. So I'm sure Ten Hag will have an outline of what he wants to do with Cristiano Ronaldo, how he wants to use him in the upcoming season. I mean, obviously the only real link that's been going on for Ronaldo has been Atletico Madrid. And like I've said on previous, live streams and content in general, I don't see why he would want to go to Atletico Madrid. And it's not really for the fact that he would ruin his reputation with Real Madrid fans. It's just that, I mean, how better is it going to get at Atletico Madrid? He's not going to win the league with them, and he's not going to win the Champions League with them. Now, okay, you could say he's going for goal scoring records and things like that, and maybe so he wants to continue his goal scoring records in the Champions League. But would that be a reason to tarnish your legacy with Real Madrid and sign for Atletico? I don't think so. I think he will score more goals for Manchester United this season than he would if he did sign for Atletico Madrid. They're such a negative team. Simeone doesn't play attacking football, whereas we see what Ten Hag has done in pre-season. it certainly looks the opposite of that, and it looks like Ronaldo could score more goals for this Manchester United team. Now, I'm sure Ronaldo is going to set out his stall and say, well, look, I played with this team last year. Basically this team, and they're crap. And he has every right to say that. He really does. I think a lot of the convincing that he's going to need is, in terms of recruitment. Are we going to go out and sign the players that we're linked with? Are we going to get Frankie de Jong? Are we going to get Anthony? Are we going to sign a right back? Are we going to get another midfielder besides de Jong? I think these are questions that Ten Hag will have to answer to Cristiano Ronaldo before he will ever potentially agree to stay on for another year. Now, look, he might, we're not going to know everything that's said in these meetings, but he might, hold his ground and say, I do want to leave. But that doesn't mean he will leave. We still need a club to come in with an awful lot of money that want to sign him and that he wants to go to. So, look, it's going to be interesting. It really is. I mean, I remain optimistic about it in relation to Ronaldo staying. I do. But I go back to what I've always really said in relation to it, that, look, if he leaves, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I really don't. I think we'll be okay without him. I don't think we're going to be at the level of potentially top 4 anyway. But obviously, I would love to be wrong on that. But I do think we will be better with Cristiano Ronaldo in our team. And I think a lot of people have been saying, is it better for the team? Is it better for Ten Hag if he does leave? I think Ten Hag is a smart enough manager to be able to use Cristiano Ronaldo to the extent that he wants to use him. He's not going to play 50 games next season. Ronaldo isn't. He's not going to start the first few games in the league because, one, he's not up to match fitness, and two, I think Anthony Martial deserves to get that start given the performances he's put in pre-season. So, look, it's going to be interesting. I think Ten Hag is smart enough to be able to use him correctly, both keeping him happy and rotating him in and out of the squad. Look, I remain optimistic. I think we will find out very shortly, by the end of the day, potentially, what's happened. Keep an eye on the channel. We will be going live if there's any breaking news, so keep an eye there. But yeah, I appreciate anyone who's watching. Please smash a like on the video if you haven't already done so. It helps out the channel a ton. And make sure you subscribe as well for all the latest Manchester United news. So we'll see on the next one, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.